everybody. It's Jellyroll Friday. Look, I look like I'm playing the bongos. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. The broadcast live so I can see if there are more chats. Let me see. I'm not sure how to do this, but uh, oh no, I can't do it. I can't do it because then it's me talking over. I thought I could do that, but it's cool. It's cool. What's up? It's Jelly Roll Friday, you guys. We got a lot to talk about as per usual, and we're gonna get it started. I made a video earlier about how the Catholic bishops are so upset with the current the mass deportations, and they're concerned about these illegal aliens, and their past. Not just unholy, but sacrilegious. It's sacrilege. It's absolutely a slap in the face to the Catholic faith. And Catholics should be very concerned about what is going on. I knew something was strange when the movie Conclave came out. I watched that movie and I said, this is really strange because during that time, I'm still around, and I knew something was the new choice with the Pope that they have now. I knew it was going to be strange, and I knew something weird was going to come out of it because the timing was so impeccable with the release of the movie Conclave. The conclave occurs when there is a Catholic bishop that is either dying or already passed away. And Rome, in the Vatican, they go through all of these steps to elect a new Catholic people at all. It's all done by the order of bishops from across the world, as it were. And watching that whole process is pretty interesting. What's up, Miss Sherry? Thank you for reposting the stream, girl. On this Jelly Roll Friday. I knew something was going to be weird about whoever was chosen. You should watch it. The ending was not something that I expected. It was completely not what I expected. I knew it was going to be odd, but I didn't know it was going to be like that. It was crazy. So it came out right before Pope Francis passed away. Nothing more than a crank far leftist globalist communist, just another apostate. But anyway, the movie Conclave, you should watch it. It was really interesting to see that whole process. But nonetheless, the bishops spent almost 5 minutes in a video the mass deportations. Now, President Trump campaigned on the biggest mass deportation effort in the history of mankind. And I voted for him. You damn straight I did. That was music to my ears. He could have just, he didn't even need to say nothing else. I was so ready to get these illegals, these Venezuela, Colorado. They have been, they had really just been such a nuisance in this state. And it was everywhere. And it was constant. And I was sick of seeing them up at Alameda and Wadsworth, in Lakewood, every freaking day, running out to the intersection to wash people's windows. I don't see that anymore. I don't see any of these individuals anymore. I don't see any of them. There's none of them. None of them. There was another, there used to be a bunch of them. There would be like two. Got another traffic area up at Federal and Alameda. And that's mostly illegals live over there. You know, it's, you can call it racist all you want. I don't give a shit. It's exactly what it is. It's just what it is. They go to certain parts of the state, certain parts of town. That's one of the parts, because none. They have no interest in assimilating. They have no interest in mixing, you know, races or anything. They just stick to their own. Just like the Somalis, just like the Afghanis. They only want to deal with their own, because that's what happens when you're here about the money. That's it. And the freedoms that you didn't have in your stupid country. So anyway, these Catholic bishops are so upset and so concerned. You can be upset and concerned all you want. Bishops. This is going to continue. And matter of fact, it's going to intensify after the money comes from Congress and circulating in the system from the big, beautiful, bodacious bill. Y'all really gonna have a hard time, because you ain't gonna be able to write enough sob ass stories to keep up. What it's gonna be like bam, 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 bam. You ain't gonna be able to write enough stories. MSDNC, CBS, ABC, CNN, New York Slime, Washington Compost, all of y'all. Orders on them for years. They just refused to leave. Excuse you. So they're getting up out of here. It's not going to stop. And the problem I have with these Catholic bishops is, where was y'all during the Biden and Harris? Where was y'all at? I don't recall y'all making any videos. Situation, I don't recall you making any videos about the thousands, hundreds of thousands of missing children under Joe Biden. It escapes me. Maybe y'all posted a video and I just never saw it. No, you didn't. You didn't. None of you said anything when Tara Rodas, she is the whistleblower from HHS, who was very high ranking, by the way. I think Tara Rodas was like a GS 14, GS 13, GS 14. That's high ranking. And she went on one of the border details, and she wanted to help. She wanted to do all these wonderful things and help the children and help the illegals, blah, 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 under Joe Biden out to, wherever, because they had a bunch of places in the interior. It wasn't just down in Texas, in Arizona, in New Mexico, in California. They were in the interior. The HHS and the Biden administration, I believe, look, you cannot gaslight me on this. I worked for them. Okay. It's God put me in places where I can tell these stories now, meaning I can tell you my experience. And thank you for reposting the stream. So I tell my experiences because I really was in unique position to have worked for HHS, and the CDC is under that during the coronavirus or the pandemic. So I was able to see what was going on during that time, and also at the simultaneously there was the border. 20,000 people a day coming in one sector of the border in Texas. You still got sectors in, as I mentioned, Arizona, New Mexico, California. You still got those sectors. 20,000 in Texas alone. When you got that many people coming in every freaking day, remember all the buses that used to come to New York? Remember that? To do what I knew to do, and that was to share what I knew so that we could do better in the future as far as getting the right people elected who do not subscribe to the open borders policy like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did. Because that was open borders, period. Uh, you talking about a flood? You talking about a flood? We would have had 100 million, 200 million illegals every year. They would have destroyed this country. Dead ass. They would have destroyed this country. Like there would be no vetting. Oh yeah, that's right. There wasn't. Forgot about that. There was no vetting. How can you stand there and vet 20,000 people who come in your country every single day? There was not enough Border Patrol agents. Border Patrol agents were changing diapers and rocking babies to sleep. Okay? Because these so-called mothers had just dropped their anchor baby. And these Border Patrol agents were just rocking their babies to sleep, watching their toddlers, and then trying to keep processing people in. So it was just a mess. It was an absolute mess. And I am so every day so grateful for President Trump. You have no idea how grateful I am for that man. And I do let the Lord Jesus know And see, I'm doing the Lord's work. President Trump is doing the Lord's work. He was not about to just go off into the sunset after the Lord saved his life in Butler, Pennsylvania in July of 2024. He was not about to do that. Okay. And then they tried again with that kook, that baby boomer white liberal kook on President Trump, tried to kill him on his golf course. Who does this dude think he is? Another white liberal loser. Y'all cannot know the level of disdain that I have for white liberals. They are the worst, especially the females, because they control the males. They turn them into just absolute wet noodles. They don't have a voice. So this is what we collectively, all of us, we should all be doing what I'm doing right now. Everybody needs to have a show because y'all can reach people I can't. And I appreciate you reposting the stream. Lord Jesus knows I am so grateful and humbled every time the Lord sends wonderful people who just watching the show, tolerating my voice being half gone. Good grief. And then I like scratches on my eyeballs. It's crazy. It has been quite a week. Let me tell you, it has been quite a week. I had to go to the military hospital. That's always quite a trip because I always start crying because I remember my living on military housing, and I just loved that life so much. And I just have to go there quite often. I try to stay, I like to live near a base somewhere, wherever I am. I need to know there's a base somewhere that I can have access to. But we are to spread the gospel. We are to talk about these things so that we can equip the saints. That's what we're doing. You're equipping the saints, bro. This ain't no these demons are running around in this country and in this world. They are doing everything that they can to try to destroy an innocent man who has done nothing but made this country great, who is working his ass off every single day, making deals with countries to try to bring money. Not try, he is to bring money into this country. He already, excuse me, then already made so much money on tariffs that we getting a $2,000 dividend check. Not a stimulus, a dividend. I explained that on the show yesterday. A dividend is like a distribution from profits from a corporation. That's when the shareholders get money back when you're doing so well that everybody gets to share in the fortune. And that's what he's doing. Biden, that was like a stimulus. Now, under President Trump in his first administration, everything was totally different because they dropped a bomb on us. You know what it was during the pandemic, the coronavirus. So now we're working our way away from that, but we are supposed to look. I got my Bible here with my 50 million. Look at all my sticky notes. Oh my God! Look at this. I got a million sticky notes in here. If you can see it, because I have to remind myself. Oh my goodness. This is Acts 4:29, 4:29 and 4:30. Now, Lord, look on their threats. That's the evils. I call them the evils. Now, Lord, look on their threats and grant your servants, that would be us, hello, that with all boldness they may speak your word. we are supposed to do just what we're doing, and we're supposed to speak with boldness. And God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind. And you better use it. These demons are in this realm. They have no authorization to be here. They're illegal. They have no authorization to be here. They have broken in because there's too many people with crazy, creepy things going on, and they open the door to these evils. And the evils, who are the Jezebel, whore, Sodom and Gomorrah media, and their acolytes, and these detractors, these evils that have been going around doing nothing but filing 50 million lawsuits against Donald Trump for making America great and paving the way for American citizens to be profitable again. How dare you think that America can have an industrial age again? How dare you think that American citizens are allowed to make things in America? How dare you? Because remember, Slim Slacks, Barack Hussein Obama said, yep, just the manufacturing's never coming back. So then you might as well it's never coming back. Yeah, well, that's interesting, Barry. You know what's never coming back after your bitch ass is sent back to Kenya? You. That is where you're from, according to your own words. So I don't know why you're trying to fake the funk on a nasty dunk and act like you ain't from Kenya. Oh, I'm from Hawaii. No, you're not. No, you're not. But people live in this illusionary world. No, these white liberals who signed on immediately to Kamala Harris, they hated her. Remember that? She had like a 1% approval rating when she ran for president the first time. Nobody likes her. Nobody. All the staff turnovers because nobody can work for her. She's an evil succubus, and nobody can even stand to be around her. But somehow, that thing they call democracy, they threw it out the back window when Joe Biden malfunctioned on the debate stage against President Trump in July of 2024. Remember that? They were like, oh, crap. They tried to get Michelle Obama to run, but she was like, I ain't doing nothing for y'all. You don't like her. You don't like her anyway. See, white liberal Democrats hate Black folks. They do. They do. They use Black folks for the DEI programs. They use Black folks for their grievance politics. That is a Marxist process by which they continue to use white conservative male as the worst thing that's ever been born against everybody else. It's the oppressed and oppressor. There's no in between with these individuals. If you're oppressed, if you're trans and they're protected class, they're precious illegals. Why do you think they're spending so much time and resources and money protecting these individuals and writing up these sob stories to get you to go pull your damn violins out the closet for these fat illegals getting drug off into a car? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. No, I don't. I don't care. I don't care. They don't care about Tina Peters, an innocent woman who is sitting in prison for doing her job. I don't see them saying nothing to help her. And her condition is worsening by the freaking hour. While this fat, squishy governor out here in the state of Colorado continues to just pretend it's not happening. You are all going to hell for what you have done, every one of you. You don't believe in an afterlife. You don't believe in God. You don't. And Jerry Polis, isn't he Jewish? Like this so-called attorney general, Phil Weiser, he's Jewish. Like, y'all don't believe in nothing. You don't believe in nothing but what's right here and right now. Keep it up. Keep believing there's nothing else. When your ass is screaming and begging for a drop of water on your tongue. That's biblical, by the way. That's scripture. Keep doing what you're doing to cause irreparable pain and suffering to other people, and see how far you get because you're not going to live forever. At least not in these meat sacks we live in now. I just got off into preaching, but that's what we do. That's what we do. I will unapologetically preach the word of God and stand 10 toes down on the word of God. I don't care whether I cuss or not, because people try to act like Jesus just walked through the temple when the money changers were using God's holy temple for changing their wares. Oh, could you please stop that? Oh, could you please stop that? Ma'am, could you please put that jewelry away? Yes, ma'am, please. If you would please. Jesus got the fool in that place. He turned the tables over. He was folding a 3-fold rope and he was whipping it around and whooping the hell out of people. You think he was so nice and sweet and begging the money changers to get out of the house of the God of eternity? Stupid. You're playing with fire. Literally, you playing with fire. And you go get burned, and it ain't gonna stop burning. Jesus was God. What the word of God said, He is the God of war. We're in a war right now against the evils. They don't care what they do. They don't care what they say about you. They don't care how they destroy your life. Thank you for reposting the stream. God bless you. I got a preach going on up in here. I'm kind of off in somewhere else, but this is what needs to be said. These people are messing around with their eternal soul. And oh, wait, a lot of these individuals don't have a soul. So I ain't talking to them. Where is that scripture? I need to find it where the Lord said, when it's time, you need to sell your, oh my God, hold on. I'm about to find it and bring it in here. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is. I got you. Hold, please. Hold, please. I'm going to hook you up. Hold, please. Because for me and my house, I serve the Lord. My children serve the Lord, and there is no other. Jesus is king. Don't tell me nothing about no kings. There's one king. That was no brains rally, by the way. No brains. No brains. Luke 22:36. Jesus instructs his disciples, if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one. This statement is often interpreted in various ways. Some believe it signifies a literal preparation for self-defense. But see, we are on defense and offense. This is not like 2016 no more. We ain't on complete defense. We on offense, bro. We getting out ahead of this ship. All right? Let me repeat. what the word of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah. Okay? You don't like it? I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I care what he thinks. And that's it. You can go to hell if you don't like it. If you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one. Okay? The sword of truth. The sword, we have got to be better prepared. There are too many of these Republicans, I'm going to call you to the mat, who are taking too long to support President Trump's agenda. Okay? This is an America First agenda. The founders of this country founded it to be so as a moral nation, okay? Built on the principles of this holy Bible that I just read to you from, period, end of story. And I know liberals only want to screech about it just white men who did this and they had slaves and they did this and shut up. You know what? If you that offended, get out. Get out. Go live in one of the 52 Muslim countries and see how you can be welcomed. See if you'll be able to go to Afghanistan and walk around with your tight ass Lululemon yoga pants so tight that we can see your the blood coursing through your veins. Matter of fact, this is what, since we're talking about Afghanistan, since we're talking about Afghanistan, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Since people want to complain about what's going on in America, let's remember. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me bring this in, right? I don't want to hear not another word about so-called women's equality and inequality from feminazis here in America. I'm done. I don't want to listen to it. I don't care. It's falling on deaf ears. We're sick of your shit. Okay? Here's Afghanistan. If you are that dissatisfied with President Trump and the America First agenda and Project 2025, yep, said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. You heard me. If you that just absolutely told. I used to watch the Daily Show. He said that all the time. So told. Oh my God. Those were the glory days of Periscope. Oh my God. We've all scattered since then, but it's because Jack Dorsey and the tech bros scattered us. But anyway, look at this. Oh, the females are wearing ghost costumes. Is it Halloween? You have to be covered literally from head to freaking toe, walking through the mud. Don't slip and fall and let your hijab or the wind blow your face so people can see your face. They will drag you out in the middle of the square and beat you until you can't see no more. Feel me? Women's rights. What rights? Joe Biden handed Afghanistan back to the Taliban after 20 plus years of being in Afghanistan, and we got nothing to show for it. $1 trillion gone, poof, in the wind. Remember that? Because I do. Hold on. Let me go to the Russian side, because you probably ain't gonna be able to find it anywhere else. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, remember this? Let me see if there's a video to accompany this. Yeah, not that one. Sorry, let me find another one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, remember this? In August of 2021 in Kabul. Hold on. Let's bring it in so people can. I don't want people to forget what we went through with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at the helm. Let me bring this in so we can see it. Let me bring this in. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't want people to forget what a horrible 4 years, as Joe Biden called it, the dark winter. Yes, indeed. That dumb old son of a bitch was right about that. Let me tell you. Remember this? Remember this? Kabul airport. Remember this? Yeah. Look, people at the bar trying to get to the United States. See that? See that? Because I remember that. I remember people falling off the planes during that time. So, all you feminazis who still want to claim that America was founded on slavery and white men, and baby, shut up. Shut up or move to that place that I just showed you where the poor women have to dress from head to toe, because it wasn't like that before the Taliban were put back into power. Crazy, bro. Crazy. All right, we got to get to some subjects, because I tell you, I get heated about this crap. Look at this. Let's go back to the Catholic bishops and why they need to shut the hell up, because I didn't hear one word from them when all of this was going on. But let's just remind ourselves so we never repeat this ever again. This is, sorry, I want to give credit to the content creator. This is at Justice War 98619 on X. He does a really great job of bringing this heat. So let's remind ourselves of how we got here.
Are reportedly overflowing as migrants, including young children, are dying.
How many migrants have died under President Biden?
In Eagle Pass, Texas, rows of makeshift crosses mark the final resting place of unidentified migrants. And the morgues in those border towns are running out of space. The remains of the dead now overflowing into the morgue's parking lot, where 5 refrigerated trucks hold 260 bodies and growing by the day.
Sir, do you know how many died?
I do not.
You do not. Of course you don't. 853. 2021, what happens? You get in office, and that red line are dead bodies.
U.S. Border Patrol agents are holding migrants in outdoor cages amidst a
record-setting heat wave.
More than 100 migrants have died from heat at the border so far this year, 13 alone in the past week.
A 17-year-old migrant died in U.S. custody this week.
Child died.
Let me remind you, this is all during Biden and Harris and that ugly little 4'1" troll, that ugly little freak, Alejandro Mayorkas.
Yesterday in Border Patrol custody.
It's actually the second
empty trailer, now tied to the deaths of 53 men, women, and potentially children left packed inside.
Children were still being kept in said cages. Families were still being separated at the border.
While the policy of separating families no longer exists, the practice continues under the watch of the Biden administration.
Where is the 24/7, wall-to-wall, 24-hour fury?
And tonight, lawmakers urging the Biden administration to provide explanations for the disappearance of 85,000 migrant children.
It now approaches 100,000 children, according to public reports. 100,000 children lost by the Biden administration. Migrant children sold into labor trafficking and sex trafficking.
We've never had such a bad problem with child labor trafficking and child sex trafficking. And it is enabled by the Biden administration's policies. It's really astonishing how much the Biden administration is willing to look the other way.
At least 5 HHS staff members said they were pushed out after raising concerns about child safety.
The Biden administration's repeatedly ignored or missed warnings about a surge of migrant children as young as 12 working in factories across the United States.
Migrant children who come to the U.S. without their parents here are working 12-hour shifts or more at factories, even though it violates child labor laws. The three little boys that died, were injured and died. One of them fell from a roof in construction.
They have to go work the most punishing jobs in the country.
This is the reality of open borders. They say, come on, you got the cartels.
This is Ben Burkhardt.
The United Nations, you got the Democrats in America. Say, come on through the Darien, guys. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome. Just come on.
Right?
And then you end up like this. This is the second body we've seen decomposing on the ground. We found one more grave, and we've smelled at least 3 or 4 more as we were going through the jungle. This is the reality of what Democrat, leftist, compassionate policy gives you. Open borders did this.
In Brooks County under the Biden administration, they've had 244 bodies recovered. And I want to show you what that looks like and what our farmers and ranchers are going through. Listen to Dr. Michael Vickers in our interview together.
About 1.5 miles down here, there's a cross fence, and there's a gate on it. You're going into the next pasture, and 12-year-old kid tried to, obviously he was left behind, is trying to keep up, and collapsed right there and died, and was found right there. I've got a picture of it. It's just a lot of kids left behind.
Take a look at this video with my sit down with Dr. Vickers. Your wife comes home from HEB, which is the local grocery store. She's carrying in groceries into our house. What does she see?
She came home and saw this round object the dogs were playing with in the yard, so she went to investigate. So that's an odd-looking ball, And when she walked up and got closer, she found that it was a human skull. Still had brain matter in it. So the next day, we go out looking for the body. And about 100 yards from our back door, we found this body. And it was a woman, and with a huge pile of red hair. And she had a compound fracture of her left ankle.
I can't tell you how many dead bodies I've hauled out of this because because of the train, because they were left behind, because they got rattlesnake bit, because they froze to death. It's those missions that you're like, you can't help from feeling sorry for them. If that was not enough, take a look at this exclusive video we were able to obtain from the Texas Department of Public Safety. A male and a female were dumped by their smugglers after it's believed that they passed away as a result of heat exhaustion, but they were just left on the side of Interstate 10, stacked on top of one another.
Every day we're picking.
They have a heat stroke. Cartels just leave them there.
That's a story that Americans across the country have no idea to what degree is happening down there.
Oh, but Trump. but Trump. This was under the Biden watch.
20 feet from I-10 and a little culvert with a gallon of water next to him, and I-10 is right there. Cars are passing right by, 20 feet away. Yeah, sad deal.
We'll get distress calls, and that's what leaves the biggest impact, on me when I go home at night is, whenever you fly out and you find a 14-year-old kid or a young lady.
Hey, riddle me this. Thank you for reposting the stream.
These folks that are coming across, they're putting their lives into the hands of people that don't really care about them. Are they being abused? Are they being raped? Are they being victimized? Right? Some of the conditions that we've seen some of these folks in, in the trunk of a car.
Sorry, the sound is off, but you get the point. Where were the Catholic bishops when all of that was going on from 2021 to 2024, the end of 2024? Oh, I wonder where they were. I wonder where they were. Hold on, I'll tell you where they were. Let's see. I'm going to pull this story up. Oh, wow. Let's bring this in. Maybe this is why these Catholic bishops are whining and lamenting about these illegal aliens in their pastoral care. This is from Catholic Vote. Forbes reveals Catholic Relief Services as top recipient of USAID. Now, this is Catholic Relief Services is another Catholic charity organization. Top funding for USAID reported on February 3rd, 2025. According to Forbes, this nonprofit received $4.6 billion from 2013 to 2022. Other top recipients include Chemonics International, $4.5 billion, FHI 360, a nonprofit that received $3.8 billion, and Development Alternatives for profit organization that received $3 billion. Now, those are other Catholic organizations. I am looking for, Catholic charities, but there again, these supposedly NGOs, which are non-governmental organizations and quote nonprofits, are profiting big time from all these illegal aliens coming to the United States. All right, now where is it? Because I know, hold on. I know for a fact I didn't know we were going to go here, or I would have had this teed up already. Here, I'll find it. But Catholic charities, oh, I know how to do this. Hold on. You got to be specific if you don't use the Russian search engine. Okay, so here's one account that says and probably explains why these Catholic bishops freaked out, especially since USAID was shut down in May. $2.4 billion. Catholic charities received $2.4 billion from migrants during the Biden administration. That's a lot of money for a nonprofit. A lot. A lot. Here's one. Let's look at this. This is pretty interesting. Catholic Online News. Scandal, silence, and $2.9 billion. U.S. bishops end federal refugee deal as critics demand accountability. Wow. That was 7 April of 2025. And this is Francis before he went to his eternal not resting place. In a stunning turn of events, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops has formally announced the end of its decades-long partnership with the federal government on refugee resettlement, a move that comes after the Catholic Church in America accepted nearly $2.9 billion in immigration-related funding during the Biden administration alone. Archbishop Timothy Broglio, president of the USCCB, confirmed the decision in a press release and opinion piece for the Washington Post on Monday, stating, quote, "This is a painful end to a life-sustaining partnership the Catholic Church and the U.S. has had, yeah, I bet, with our government, and that has spanned decades across administrations in both political parties." The Archbishop blamed the Trump administration's freeze on refugee program funding for forcing the church's hand. The bishop's decision came after the federal government suspended our cooperative agreements to resettle refugees. Interesting. To resettle refugees. Is okay, so we had Hondurans coming here. Is there a war in Honduras? Has anybody heard of a war that's happening in Honduras? I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Is there a war in El Salvador? No, there's not, because President Nayib Bukele has completely restructured El Salvador, and it is now one of the safest countries in the Western Hemisphere. It's now a tourist trap, by the way. There are travel brochures for El Salvador. Beautiful country. Why? But they've criticized Nayib Bukele as well, because he locked up all the MS-13 gang members and other gangs as well. And they're never getting out. They're never getting out. They're going to rot in CCOT, because you can't let these individuals run around. They'll just run amok again. And the people are not, they can't enjoy their lives because there's cartel violence and gang violence. So he eliminated the threat. Here we go. Let's, before we get ready to wrap this up, let's talk about this Epstein bullshit that backfired on these dumb Democrats because they just cannot seem to get this correct. They did this document release of over 20,000 emails, I think it was, that they hoped so much that would incriminate President Trump somehow. Oh, please, please. So you mean to tell me, so what they've done is, I forgot which representative said that they carefully went through all of the documents before releasing them. Wait a minute. Y'all been screaming from the top of your lungs, just release everything. So why y'all got to go through it first to see what may have people thinking that it incriminates Trump? Because believe you me, that's the only reason they've done this. They had 4 years to do this shit when Democrats had control of the House, the Senate, and the executive. Why didn't they do it then? It would have been easy then. They had the documents the whole time. They've been sitting on this. For years, they've been sitting on this. Why now? Wow. I'm trying to find this. Oh, I do want this one up in a minute so I can talk about this. But let's keep with this Epstein thing because they thought this was a gotcha. This is it. I've seen these Democrats posting on their timeline on X. That's it. MAGA's done. MAGA's done. Trump is done. He's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Bitch, we just getting started. We just getting started. we ain't no done. Boy, I tell you what. All right, look, we gonna kind of let me get through this, and we gonna rapid fire a little bit because there's something else that I wanted to talk about. Let's do this one really quick. Oh, I already pulled it in, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the Epstein. Is that Darren? Governor JB yep. What is up this evening? What is you doing? What is you doing? I am so glad you are here. You know I'm over here cutting up, don't you? No voice or nothing. I'm just cutting up. Because, you know, the show, the show must go on until our show goes on next week. Y'all follow Governor JB Backribs. Post your X, what do you call that thing? Post your X link on here. My brother. God bless you and thank you for coming to spend some time with a sister over here. You got my JB back. Y'all like that name? Is that not cute? Look at this. Is that not cute? He made JB Prisker black. I'm sure he's had a few choice words for that because he hates niggers. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, he hates us. He really does. I don't even. We have no use for his big fat ass either. So post your X link, please, my good sir, so we can follow you over there. This is a genius in the house. This is a man of many talents. And it would be wonderful if you would follow him. I'm telling you. But check this out for the sake of conversation so I can squeeze this in before we get out of here. This is how President Trump is doing the damn thing for how you do that? Thank you, Miss Sherry. Okay, let me see something. Hold on. I have never done that before, my dog. you do? Hold on. Let me see. Post. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Post, present, or invite. Invite. Let me see. How do you do this? Okay. Copy. And oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah. Hold on. Yo, this is in real time here. Real time. Okay, it doesn't like that. So I'm gonna just do it I'm gonna do it my way. My way. Hold on, I'll try that. I'm not gonna do that right now. I will do that when I'm much better. Let me see. How do I do that? Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. Hold, please. Thank you guys for chilling. Oh yeah, while we're getting this set up, I'm gonna do this right quick so y'all can see what we got going on. Oh, hold on. Check this out. President Trump, this is Nick Sortor on X. Follow him because he has some fire X posts. President Trump has just signed an executive order eliminating tariffs on beef, coffee, and tropical fruits. This is an effort to bring down food prices in America as voters voice concerns about affordability. Keep focusing on affordability, 47. You got that right. I'm telling you, when he gets this going and these $2,000 checks start going out, and then you get another dividend check, and then you get another dividend check, folks ain't going to want him to leave office. What? Why I want him to leave office for y'all to start messing with my dang on money? Like they did under Joe Biden. We don't want that crap. So, hold on, copy. Man, I am getting tech savvy up in here. I am getting tech savvy. Hold on, watch. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Yeah, nobody's going to want any Democrats in office. That's why they're scared right now. That is why they are terrified. They don't want you to know what it is like to live and be prosperous. Because see, these white liberal Democrats, these white liberal baby boomer, only the baby boomer white liberals. If you conservative and you white, don't talk to me. We know you good because you MAGA. Okay. How did you? Okay, now you gotta. Let me see. Am I gonna see you here in a second? Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, you should just come on in. Yep, come on in. But these baby boomers, white liberals only, they don't want to share the wealth. They don't want you to do good. They want them to do good. They want to be the only ones to
Hello, Karen.
What's up, JB
I'm
back red?
I'm your conscience.
Oh shit! What did I do?
What's
Yo,
going
this
on?
is Governor Baby Back JB Back Ribs. We are on the Colorado Show every midweek Wednesday at
What time? Mountain time?
or 1 or 13. Is it 1 o'clock?
I don't know what time it would be Mountain time. I'm East Coast, so I don't know what Colorado time is.
Oh, that's right. Y'all give my boy a welcome.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome
Thank
to the
you.
show.
Thank you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the stage. Round of applause. Round of applause. Governor J.B. Ribs, what you got going on this evening? Please enlighten the people. What is it that you think about this Epstein thing? Let's go there first. Might as well. Why not? Let's do that.
Well, I think it's nonsense, but I mean, my thing is it's just really simple common sense. Like if they had something that could tie Trump to doing something nefarious, then they would have already put it out. Like so that's why I'm like it's a it's really weird to watch how people consistently would like for him to have done something nefarious, and it's like, yo, like where was all this smoke when Biden was in office? And he had both chambers of Congress, like for what, 2 years straight?
Not a word.
So it's like, yeah, so it's like, what are you doing? Like now all of a sudden it's a big deal because Trump is putting belt to ass. Like
You called it.
yeah,
You
now
called it.
y'all got a problem with like I think it's just ridiculous. And truth be told, I think after the chess move he pulled today with Pam Bondi, I predict that when this vote actually happens, you're gonna see a lot of Democrats kind of backpedaling, like they play for the Jets.
You done showed out. But for the audience, tell it, because you know, a lot of times people don't always know the background story. So tell everybody what went on with Pam Bondi today.
I think she's opening in.
How
She
did he put
opening
her
up
on their
an
heels?
yeah. She's opening up an investigation into the Democrat affiliation with Epstein. She's doing a deeper dive. So now it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get real ugly. It's you know, I'm let me get all the specifics. I'm gonna pull this up now. So um now that Trump said now that the Democrats are using Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try to deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all the other failures, I will be asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan, Chase, and other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam with all arrows pointed to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned. So yeah, you're gonna see some. Yeah, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. But see, here's the problem that I have with all this, as far as like the court of public opinion. Um, there are confirmed individuals that we know have established relationships with with Epstein, right? Talking about Reid Hoffman from LinkedIn, Bill Gates, Microsoft, Prince Andrew, and Bill Clinton, right?
Yes.
Here's here's where the hypocrisy kicks in my view. Everybody still uses Microsoft Word. Everybody still got their fat faces on LinkedIn. Bill Clinton still walking around free as a bird. You know what I'm saying? Giving Joe Biden-esque speeches because he's pretty much cooked at this point. And there's no more adrenochrome. And then you got and then you got Prince Andrew out here just walking. All these people are walking around free as a bird. Now these are people that have been confirmed. So but no smoke for them. That's how I know that this, oh, we're just looking out for the victims. This narrative is BS. You don't really give a shit about the victims. And quite frankly, the victims, here's the fascinating thing about the victims to me. All these years and nobody's put out a list of their own.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I've never thought about that.
So y'all do press conferences and all that, right? But and then you threaten every time you do a press conference to put out your own list. We're gonna get together and put out our own list. But here's the problem with that. Y'all was recruiting girls too.
You know what? That's absolutely true.
And hold on, not only that, y'all was going back to Epstein willingly.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
So we're going to I call balls and strikes here. Like this is how I think
yes.
This is gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? Now Jasmine Crockett got caught up trying to lie on CNN, talk about the redactions. They had to correct CNN corrected it. It was like, hold up, the Democrats redacted this, right? And then
Did
here's the
you
thing.
see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was cold blooded. And then I saw,
Shaquita?
yeah, I saw Kilolo. Kilolo was on
Ah!
there. And here's the thing. I also find it fascinating that they thought these emails were like, oh, we got Trump now with these emails. Like first of all, we've already seen these emails. And secondly, um, the person that's in the emails, the quote unquote victim, already said that Trump was nothing but a gentleman to her. So what are we doing here? And why would you redact the name of somebody who's deceased? What's the point? So and then it also proves that Trump knew too much. And Epstein was scared of that. So it kind of absolves him from any wrongdoing. Plus, he was Trump is a snitch. He snitched on us.
You snitched on
He
everybody.
snitched on
You know
Epstein.
what? You are so right.
Trump
Back
out here snitching. So
back then.
yeah, so this is ridiculous to me. Like, but you gotta kind of figure out how to save face once you've already failed your constituents, right? Your constituents, we want them to fight. Well, here's the problem with that. You got 40 something million people who should not all be on Snap. This is absolutely absurd.
Right.
But let's just call it what it is. You got 40 something million people out here who can't feed themselves, right? And now you caved with you got nothing out of it, Schumer.
Right.
And now you got to figure out a way to get people's attention away from the fact that you just totally effed up. You know what I mean? So what do we do? Let's just Epstein's going to be like the and until Trump actually put the like what he's doing with Pam Bondi, until they start putting these people in the pressure cooker.
Huh.
What's going to happen is they're going to keep popping this up every time he has a victory. You know what I'm saying? So let's just dead this all together. Let's get it over with.
Mad Hatter said, "It's the implications that do the harm in the eyes of their sheep."
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a
What
fact.
you just said.
But here's the thing. You gotta look at it like this. I see. Now, don't get me wrong. I have my issues with some of the things that President Trump has done, right? And you and I have discussed this before.
Yes.
I have no, nothing's perfect. Nothing's
In
perfect.
detail.
But
Yes,
I would
sir.
tell you flat out this. I would definitely prefer him over cackling Kamala. That's a fact. And truth be told, now I'm gonna give. I know you got some ties in the political world and all that, so I'm gonna give whoever may watch this a cheat code who's running in 2028. You got an America First movement that is growing drastically, right? You got your Nick Fuenteses, you got your Myron Gaineses, you got your Andrew Tates, you got your Tucker Carlsons, your Candace Owens. You know me, I do data analytics, right? So I
Yes.
see the motion that they're getting. They're going to be a
Yes.
big problem for whoever is running on the Republican side in 28. Now here's my advice. My advice to them, regardless as to what these establishment boomer conservatives say, you're gonna have whoever's running is gonna have to go sit down with these individuals on their podcast and answer some questions. You have to sit down and have some very uncomfortable conversations with even if you don't like Nick Fuentes, and because look, they tried to ban Nick Fuentes for 10 years and he came back stronger than ever. Right? He's an animal right now. He is on fire. Okay. So they're gonna have to deal with that in 28.
Yep.
So my advice is go and have those uncomfortable conversations, JD Vance and Marco Rubio, whatever. Now, and then what I find fascinating is you got Mark Levin out here going to these conventions in Vegas talking about we need to censor these people. Hold up, Mark. That's not the way you do it, homeboy.
No.
That's not the way you do it,
No.
So that right there is going to be a problem in 28 if you try to censor these individuals, because all people are going to do, they try to censor Nick and people went to go find him. You know what I'm saying? The Groyper movement or whatever has grown.
Streisand effect.
Yeah. So like,
Yep.
he went and Rumble is not caving, so he don't need YouTube. His Rumble audience is huge. So I would
Yeah, it is.
advise anybody running in 28, you're gonna have to go talk to these America First right wingers, these what they used to call the alt right. You're gonna have to sit down with them and listen to what their grievances are. That's a fact,
Right. Right.
because the establishment is dead on both sides. It's cooked.
Oh, it's cooked.
It's
It's
cooked.
cooked.
It's
Turn the
over. It's
stove
over.
off. You're right.
It is over. Yeah. Like when you got young men out here who can't, who are like you gotta think about what young men turn to when things ain't going their way. They looking for a solution.
Yep.
And the solution, you gotta understand these young men aren't married, they can't build families, they don't have enough wealth to do so, they can't buy homes, they driving around in shitty cars, they're wondering what the hell went wrong. It's kind of like when men go to red pill content, right?
Yep.
Typically, the way that men find red pill content, like the Kevin Samuels and all that, right? The Rollo Tomasis and stuff like that. Usually, something has gone wrong with them and a woman, so they're trying to figure out what went wrong,
Right.
right? So it's the same with this. Whoever is, we all know it's JD Vance. Like people want to sit up here in front, like, oh well,
Right.
I don't know if I'm gonna run in 28. Shut up, Nick. You know.
Right. You know
Like,
you run it.
you know you run it. You know you and Marco Rubio gonna be up there on that stage. So cut it out.
Yep.
DeSantis too. So
Yep.
so they're gonna have to go talk to these guys. You can call them anti-Semitic, call them whatever you want, but you're gonna have to have a conversation with them. Period.
Wow.
You
I've
know.
never thought about that.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. Because they're the ones, look, it's either that or the crank far left. And if you want people to be on the right, you're right. You're going to have to listen to these grievances because
that's a fact.
they're not just looking at Joe Biden. They're not just looking at the last 4 years. They're looking past that. All they know is right now, I can't barely even afford an apartment.
You got guys making six-figure salaries who can't afford to live. So and these young men want to start families, they want to build a legacy, they want to live the quote unquote American dream, but they just can't because these lizards keep printing money out of thin air
Right.
consistently.
Right.
Like here's something funny. I was telling somebody this. I pulled out a bill out of my pocket and I said, "What is this?" And he said it's a dollar bill. I said, "But what does it do?" He said, "Well, you can buy stuff with it, right?" I said, "But why can't I just pull out a piece of paper and just go buy it with that?" He said, "Because ain't nobody gonna accept that." I said, "You want to know why nobody's gonna accept it? Because we've all collectively believe in this green piece of paper. It's all psychological."
We have talked about this
Yep,
extensively.
I said it's all psychological. So I said the minute people stop believing in this collectively, Walmart will take toenail.
Poof.
If everybody starts thinking toenails are valuable. So it's like, so I said you gotta
You
keep.
better
You
have
gotta
a backup. And I think
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do right now.
I said, look at how. Look, I said, Trump ain't stupid. I said, Trump has deregulated a whole bunch of things in the crypto sphere. Coinbase just moved to Texas.
Yes, sir.
Coinbase just moved to Texas. So there's a
Yes,
reason.
sir.
There's a reason
Sure
for.
did.
There's a reason for that, right? Because he sees what's coming. He knows that this dollar is is going to be a problem in the future, and if they don't
Yep.
stop printing and printing this stuff like it's like a party flyers. You know what I mean?
Okay. And look what
Yeah.
they've done with it for the last God knows how long. All we see is that long list. People remember Elon Musk and the Doge team with all of these line items with our money that they have just thrown away. No, they laundered. My bad.
Here's my thing. Why you need my taxes if you could just go print this shit? Why you need to take stuff from me? If you could go print this stuff all willy nilly, what do you need me to give you some of mine for? Clearly there's an unlimited supply of this green shit. So what do you need my money for?
Or buttons on the computer. Didn't Elon remember when he said there were like 14 systems or 14 separate computer systems where they were able to print money or like hit a button and add, oh, here's a trillion here, here's 2 trillion there, here's 6 trillion there. It's like, well,
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's what I find so fascinating about. That's what I
Why you
find
taking my
fascinating
money?
about this. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, like this ain't even this. This is starting to look like the reason certain
Why
crypto
y'all
is
taking my money?
yeah, the reason crypto is what it is because it's typically in limited supply. That's why I watched Bitcoin go from fractions of a penny to where it is now. So
Supply and demand.
yeah, supply and demand. That's just the way it is.
You got to post more about that in your on your space, because the this is where people are missing the mark, and the disenfranchised men, because the audience is men.
Yeah.
The audience is men. These are the men who are going to start families, who want to start families. It's like bridging that gap between what Charlie Kirk was teaching, and it's like, yeah, but how do I get there?
You see the collective outrage when men check out, right? So like if you
Yep.
look at if you go on your TikTok feed, you'll see a bunch of women saying, "Oh, well, men don't approach anymore." They said you
Right.
can buy stuff. We mostly all cotton pickers later. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Man, had it. That's a Fendi fact. You see the collective outrage on TikTok
Mad
with a
Hatter
bunch of
be
man had to be spitting that ism.
lighting it on fire.
Yeah. So like if you look on TikTok, if
Ah,
you look on your TikTok feed, you're gonna see a bunch of women complaining like men don't approach anymore, men don't talk to us, men don't date.
oh, I see him.
Yeah, right. Now here's the thing. Now let's say now that men have checked out of dating, right? Now
Yep.
it's only a small percentage of men smashing all the chicks, right?
Yep.
Now let's go to a situation where men check out of society. Then what you gonna do? It's
Huh.
over. It's over. This whole thing crumbles. So you better start. They better start. Both sides of the aisle better figure out how to make sure these men are in good standing. You know what I'm saying? Or can at least make an effort on their own, provide opportunity to where they can be. Because once the men check out, society crumbles. It's over. Infrastructure gone. Electricity gone. Plumbing gone.
Yes,
Like
sir.
it's a
They're
wrap.
checking back in, though, like you said, and thank you. I'm glad we're having this conversation because, like I said, they got to figure out how to bridge that gap between, Charlie Kirk saying, men start families, have a bunch of children, and do this and do that. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's wonderful. That's what I want to do. But how? Who is filling that vacuum space?
Well,
The
they're gonna
ones that you can't stand, the
well,
ones that
uh-huh.
he's anti-Semitic,
Yep,
he's
yep, yep,
feminine, or what you call that, misogynistic, Andrew Tate.
yep. Nick Fuentes.
But men are flocking to hear what he has to say, whether you like it or not. Aaron
Yep,
Gaines.
fresh and
And
fit.
yeah, Nick Fuentes. Fresh and fit. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
they're gonna have
Don't nobody want to look at that ugly bitch, Jennifer Welch.
oh my! I heard you talking about Lee press on those?
Oof, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I remember
yeah.
that.
She got the Humpty nose. Do the Humpty Hump. People say yo Jennifer, you're really funny looking. That's all right because I get things cooking.
Ooh, that bitch is busted. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
and she got a sidekick with a fake nose too. It's crazy.
What? I've never
Yeah.
seen it because I can barely stand to
Look,
look
I'm
at it.
telling you, there's two of them now with pork noses. It's crazy, and they look crazy on screen together. It's insane.
What's
It's
the name
like
of that show? I've had it podcast.
nah. It's called Two Gonzos from Muppet Babies.
Please tell me.
Remember Gonzo from Muppet
It should.
Babies with the nose?
It should be two Gonzos. It should be. Remember
two,
Gonzo from
the
the
two,
Muppets?
the
Yeah.
two plastic noses. There you go. That's what it's called.
Ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
Constantly talking about they hate men and men are misogynist, blah, 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 and Trump this and white men that and
Tell
white
them
men.
keep it up. Tell them keep that shit up.
Want to hear
Keep
that
it up.
crap?
Keep it up because it's gonna backfire. And the more that this society keeps ostracizing
It's
men,
already backfiring. Like you, Nick Fuentes is, you would think, see what they want. And I mean those on the right. They can't understand why he has an audience.
well, here's the problem. Here's the problem though. There's radical feminism going on the right too. Like if you look at, I mean, don't get me wrong, Megyn Kelly's not the worst, but Megyn Kelly's a feminist. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, I like her, but she's a freaking rabid feminist too. So yeah,
Yep.
they're gonna have to really figure this out because once the men check out, it's over.
It's a wrap.
It's a
It's a
wrap.
wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So they need men. Look, we're deporting illegals. And once the big, beautiful, bodacious bill kicks in next year, early next year, honey, these deportations is going to intensify. So we need
I mean, what
men
he's
to
already at what?
check in.
He's already what 2 million deep already. So like by the time he gets out,
Good.
it should be. I mean, between self deportations and ICE raids, he should be at maybe like anywhere between 8 and 10 mil, right?
Get
But here's my thing. You want to solve this problem? I you want to really solve this problem? Let's just do this shit the right way. Let's pass a bill. You got both chambers of Congress pass a bill that says if you're here after 2027, you'll be automatically subject to 15 years imprisonment if you're here illegally. Self-deport now. Yeah, you want to get it over with? Man, I tell you what, everybody be on the first thing smoking up out of here. First thing smoking. People will walk up out this bad boy.
You ain't it'll be an exodus the other direction. They'll be going toward Mexico.
What will they? Man, Mexico will look like New York City by the time this shit over with. Just pass the bill. Just pass the bill. Just pass the bill. Say like, if you're caught here after this date in 2027,
yeah,
and you're here legally,
yeah,
you are mandatory, sir. You will be subject to 15 years in federal prison, and then you get deported. That's how it's got to go. You got to like in order to get rid. Like here's the problem with I think with governance, right? Everybody knows how to solve the problems, right? But they just don't want to, right? And the reason they don't want to is because once the problem is solved, you won't need them anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like look at what people campaign on. It's always some shit that we've been complaining about for 15 years, 20, probably your whole life. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nothing new. So it's like y'all know how to fix this shit, but you don't want to. So this is why this is exactly why I believe that I think you know me, I'm a DeFi fanatic. I'm a fintech crypto head. So
yes.
I feel like
yes.
DeFi, fintech, crypto is the future, and it creates independence. Like listen to Elizabeth Warren's complaints as to why she hates crypto so much. Right?
Yeah. Please talk.
Just listen
Expand
to
a little bit on the crypto space, and why that matters in this current climate, based upon President Trump and his realigning of the American economy after 50 years of abuse and theft by the federal government of American taxpayers. Tell us why crypto. Let's get into Satoshi info, because this is important. Because if you ain't talking about my money, you ain't talking about nothing I want to hear.
It makes you it encourages self custody. It makes you responsible because you know there's an old saying, not your keys, then it's not your crypto. People leave all their crypto on Coinbase and things like that. I'm one of those people, like I believe in self custody, like because if Coinbase goes kapoof tomorrow, and like it'd be like an FTX situation, and you know what I mean, like everybody loses their freaking all their investments. Is like, oh, what happened to Coinbase? Oh, well, we'll make you whole someday. I mean, I just look at somebody I know who was on what was the name of that was on Voyager. Voyager, it took them years to get all their money on Voyager back. You know what I mean? They had millions in crypto, and Voyager took forever to make them whole again, and really didn't even make them fully whole. Gave them like 3/4 of what they had on the platform. So, yeah, I mean, it's. I don't think that everybody should have their hands in the gumbo pot. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I am. I now don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, the stocks and all that. That's fine. You know, do what you got to. You still got to operate in commerce because because our infrastructure is not fully ready for a DeFi revolution.
Correct.
But it will be, blockchain is the future, and you already know what I'm building, so
Yes, indeed.
yeah.
Yes,
So
indeed.
I'm
Don Jr. is out here stomping the yard. Eric Trump is out here stomping the
yo.
yard.
You want to know something? Those are some individuals I would love to talk to. I need
You
to.
got that right.
I would
Sit
love to
down with
get,
Eric.
especially after because I'm halfway done. So once it's all done, I would love to get a meeting with some of those guys. I got somebody trying to get me I told them I needed to get a meeting with Byron Donalds because he's about to be my governor. So
You got that right.
yeah.
Looking
So
forward to that.
yeah, would love to sit and talk with him too. So, but anywho, I just popped up to say what's up. I don't know what happened to your voice. You was at a Katy Perry concert?
Oh my gosh. I went to my wonderful friend had a birthday party for her daughter and it was babies everywhere.
Ah, gotcha. Well,
And
look.
they just I love the little babies. Lord knows, Jesus, I do, but they little germ factories, honey.
Yeah. It's little balls of energy. Yeah. I don't have, knock on wood. I don't have any yet. So, then that's not in the immediate plans, But
You'll get to it. You'll get to it.
maybe one day.
Yeah,
Maybe one day.
I'd love to have you back on because we do need to talk more about this crypto space.
Absolutely.
Because and y'all make sure you follow Governor JB Back Ribs, his at Gov Ribs over on X.
Yeah. And look, I change it every now and again to troll some of these stupid politicians.
Yes.
But truth be told,
That's okay.
I would say this. I don't post original posts. What I do is I pretty much reply to everybody's stupid stuff. So that's where you'll see most of my action. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So
right on.
All right.
All right,
Well,
my
it's
brother.
good chatting with you.
You as well.
Shout out to the congregation. And
round of applause.
Round of applause.
And hallelujah.
And I'll holler at you later.
All right, my dog. Peace. Y'all got to follow him on GovRibs at GovRibs. We do the Colorado show on Rumble on Wednesdays, usually at 1 p.m. or 1300 military time. And we talk a lot about what's going on in Colorado because it's just they are throwing everything at the wall because they don't know what to do with President Trump. This so-called attorney general that's supposed to be throwing real criminals in prison for things like, I don't know, murder, I don't know, grand theft auto, that identity theft, things that homicides, drugs and drug trade. But no. He's wasting Colorado taxpayer money filing like 30 lawsuits against President Trump. This bum, the same bum, Phil Weiser, is running to be the governor of this state so that he can make things 1,000 times worse than this fat loser who's already in there. So a lot going on with the Colorado show, but it's me and at Governor Ribs and Ash Epp. She and I have been dear friends for a long time. We met during right before January 6th, 2021. So we have had quite an adventure, let me tell you. But y'all, please pray for Tina Peters. Please pray for her because she is. I forgot what did this email say, and then I'm gonna let y'all off of here because it's getting late, and I respect your time. Let me see where it said. Oh, here we go. Concern for Colorado. She and I talk sometimes here on this space, and I'm gonna bring this because Tina Peters is a hero. Exposed this horrible election fraud that has been going on in this state for a long time. Gammy Sparkles posted this, and Concern for Colorado retweeted. Wow, posted it and said Tina is sick. Not sure on the blood spit up. So she's spitting up blood. All rest spot on. She preserved records, is a hero, political prisoner, and needs our help. Gangsta Gammy. I love Gammy Sparkles. I've met her at several events in Colorado. She is just a little fireball. She is a grandma. She wears ponytails. She's so cute. And oh my God, I didn't follow her. Lord Jesus. Help me, Lord. I didn't know I wasn't following her. But this is the letter from Tina Peters. Follow Gammy Sparkles and Concern for Colorado, Concern for CO. This is Tina Peters writing a letter to, I believe, Deputy Executive Director of Operations for the Bureau of Prisons. I'm not really sure, but this is absolutely hellish. This has to end. Okay, this is what the communists in this state want, is for her to perish. So I pray that there is just a midnight move of the federal government to get Tina Peters out of prison, and to do that very, very expediently. So we just, please pray for her. Remember her in your prayers. And let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to kind of go over really quick, because, oh yeah, let's see, here we go. This one I did want to talk about. Nothing says, I don't give a crap, like a whining, fat, illegal alien who has been stealing from us for the last 4 years. So Johnny MAGA posted on X about this whining illegal who is talking about her daughter will suffer when she self-deports. So whatever, we don't give a crap, but just want to leave you with some good news. We got another illegal alien who is self-deporting. Go back to your country and make your country great. We are full. We don't need anybody else. We got AI that is replacing humans right now, and we don't need a bunch of foreigners here on welfare sucking up the system and thinking that the government is going to continue to take care of them. Clearly, this individual is not starving. So let's just roll the film on this one.
The last 2 weeks have been tough on Margarita Barron. She gets by with these sweet memories, family moments from better days.
In my country.
She worries about how her 10-year-old daughter will handle leaving the U.S., the only place she knows as home for a new country and culture. She said, what really hurts me is that my daughter may suffer because of this. It's about how her 10-year-old daughter will...
A new country? Those are your people. That's your country. What? We don't owe you nothing. These are some ungrateful people. God don't like ungratefulness. God don't like ungrateful people. God does not honor and reward those who are ungrateful. have been good to these people. We have given them a chance to live here pretty much for free off our welfare system and get this big. Clearly, you ain't starving. Go back to your country, bro. You did not come here legally. Damn. When American citizens get in trouble, American citizens go to jail. What? Somehow, the Democrats have put it into the brains of people that these illegals are above the law, that we need to excuse them because their country sucks.
Will handle leaving the U.S., the only place she knows as home for a new country and culture. She said, what really hurts me is that my daughter may suffer because of this. I don't know how she's going to react to a new climate and culture because she doesn't know anything other than the U.S. Without her husband, the family's provider, they're struggling to make ends meet. We are going to sell both work trucks and return another because...
Oh, both work trucks. Oh, okay. Y'all got enough money for 2 work trucks. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Where did you get the money for 2 work trucks? And clearly the work trucks are worth money because you're going to sell them and go back to your country like you should. And you're going to be all flush with cash. We owe these people nothing. They got to go home, bro.
We can't afford to keep paying it. On October 27th, ICE agents showed up at their home, banging on doors and threatening to use tear gas if the men didn't come out. We are going to sell both work trucks and return another because we can't afford to keep paying it.
Wait a minute. Okay. So that's a total of 3 work trucks. 3 work trucks. Do you know how long it took me to just be able to get a vehicle? I have been walking for over a year. Y'all have seen me broadcasting outside of restaurants. Y'all have seen me broadcasting at libraries and different places, walking. And she didn't even bother to learn to speak English with her big ass. Go home. 3 work trucks. And one of them I see is a Toyota Tundra. Those are expensive trucks. I don't feel sorry for her. Go home. Free up that housing for an American citizen. They're the reason housing has become unaffordable.
On October 27th, ICE agents showed up at their home, banging on doors and threatening to use tear gas if the men didn't come out. Eventually, her husband, brother, and a co-worker who work in flooring surrendered, went to an ICE detention center, and agreed to self-deport. She said, it happened so quickly. I never expected anything like this to happen. It was as if time stood still. We just prayed that they would go away. No. Her husband now back in San Luis Potosí, Mexico, and they FaceTime every night as they hold on to hope. Barron, along with a few family members, have begun to organize plate sales so that they can afford to buy groceries and pay the bills they plan to have.
There's American citizens who can't buy groceries and pay their bills. Spare me.
Another one this Friday. As for what happened here on October 27th, we reached out to an ICE spokesperson. They said it was a targeted vehicle stop. They were after Barron's brother, who had entered the country illegally 3 times, which is a felony. In Pasadena, Bill Barajas, KPRC 2.
Clearly, they're all illegal, not just the brother, but the co-worker. They're all illegal or they wouldn't have been deported. You don't get deported when you are a citizen, naturalized or born here for generations. You don't get deported when you do the correct work. So they've been living in this country with no respect for us because you don't even bother to go through the process to become a naturalized citizen. You just sit your fat ass in the house and eat all day long off of our tax money. Look, y'all got to go home. That's it. Bye. It's time for y'all to go. Y'all done been here. If these politicians and the crank far left, retarded communist media stumped the yard for American citizens like they do illegals, maybe I wouldn't. No, yeah, still I would. Yeah, I would. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Sell all that shit. Y'all see how the community comes together to help Guadalupe sell all her stuff that they have been able to enjoy off of our money. I don't feel sorry for these people. Look, you're not going to get me to feel sorry for them. I don't care how many videos you post of them getting hauled up out of here. I don't care. It's not my problem. They did not follow the law. When American citizens do not follow the law, American citizens get in trouble. I cannot believe that in this country, the Democrats have gotten people to somehow believe that somehow these illegals are, that no matter what they do, they should be excused. Oh, they're just, oh, they're, well, no. Excuse me. No. After what I've been through the last year with the state of Colorado, I'm supposed to feel sorry for somebody who literally broke the law to get up in this camp. I'm supposed to put them ahead of me and my children and my family and my fellow American citizens. You must be about your rabbit ass mind. I don't care. It's the, she needs to take that fat kid of hers and get the hell out of here. Go back to your country. Y'all done already been sending money to Mexico for years. Mexico has amassed a fortune in remittances that kept their country afloat for the last 4 years. $64 billion in 2024 alone. $64 billion just in remittances from the people they have who are Mexican citizens who come to America and completely just thumb their nose up at our laws, but expect reward. And you expect you just gonna stay here forever and never speak English. If you know what, if there was a way that the and I'm gonna get into the Colorado thing on Monday, because this dumb governor has got called to the front of the congregation concerning Colorado being the highest cost for car insurance in the nation. So we'll talk about that Monday. But let me get back to my point. If there was a way that American citizens were completely absolved of blame or consequences of any kind, then maybe, I don't know. Maybe I would have a little bit of a different opinion. But when y'all hold American citizens' feet to the fire on literally everything, you got marquees up all across the Front Range in Colorado, you spending money on consultants to tell you how you can reduce car insurance costs. You got marquees up all across the Front Range, basically excoriating American citizens for not having car insurance. But y'all ain't say nothing over the last 4 years to the illegals who had no tags, no plates, no identifying factors on their car, no car insurance at all, no driver's license, no nothing. They ain't have nothing. But the police were told to stand down and just let them go. Just let them go. They're just let them go. Just let them go. I will never, ever let them forget the Office of the New Americans in Colorado. Their plan was to replace Americans with individuals who look like this. We already got enough. They wanted 200 million more. Bring them all here. Not going to stop talking about that. Not going to let the state of Colorado forget about that crap. Yeah. They're living better than our middle class while we pay for it. No. If y'all were taking care of American citizens the way you take care of them, there's not much that one could say. But y'all don't give a crap what happens to us. So I don't give a crap what happens to your precious illegals. Hashtag don't care. Well, since we've been on here almost a couple of hours, so I'll do a few more minutes and just highlight a few things that I've seen, and then we're going to be up out of here because it's getting late. And I definitely want to talk about this one. This bum, this absolute bum is screaming about USAID and President Trump doing away with USAID. This absolute useless bum. You'll know who he is when I bring this in here. This absolute disgusting bum who has never done anything of any value in his entire pathetic existence, ever. Yeah, you know it. Hunter freaking Biden says ending U.S. aid is genocide. This is by Chief Nerd on X. And he, look at this. Follow Chief Nerd on X. He does a great job as well. He's a software engineer and just does a fantastic job.
Where the genocide is about to occur and is occurring right now, directly because of Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Shut up, you bum.
Donald Trump, under the direction of Elon Musk, ended USAID, a organization, government organization that has been in existence since the late 60s, and have saved. And when I was talking about the good that the United States could do, it could not be more embodied than in the work that USAID has done over the course of decades. Every single major study that has been done ever since USAID ended, which was back in May, and it's ended, it's gone, okay, is that over 14 million people are going to die because of the end of USAID.
Shut up.
And the genocide here is going to be in the fact that it is not as if 14 million people are going to die in the next 5 years. By the way, 4 million of them children under the age of 5.
Shut up.
And it's not like I'm saying,
I was getting ready to
if we all just got together, if the United States...
Negro, please. You deny being the father of your daughter that you had with London Roberts, the stripper you met, that you you knocked up and you denied your kid. But all of a sudden you care about kids. You didn't even want London to give her your name. You told her not to name her Biden. She's not a real Biden. Who would want that shitty name anyway? You disgusting loser. This is the face of failure. And that fat gut he's trying to tuck in under the table. You disgusting loser. You are the worst baby daddy ever.
Could muster the support of the world. We can come up with the resources and we can figure out how to be able to change these people's lives and give them hope and a chance for existence. That's not what I'm talking about. What they did is they went in and they flipped the fucking switch. And because they flipped that switch, 14 million people are going to die. 4 million of them are going to be children.
Yeah.
That's a fucking genocide. Excuse my language.
It's okay.
That's my that is a genocide.
No, translation is you cut off the spigot that his shitty KKK clan was using to funnel billions of dollars into their own pockets. And he's pissy about it. You think the Bidens weren't using USAID all these years? Even when Obama was in there from 2008 to 2016. USAID, honey, they was making it rain on them hoes, making it rain. So yeah, there you have it. Hunter freaking Biden whining. And that was Johnny MAGA, by the way. Got to give credit to the content creator. That was Johnny MAGA. So thank you, Johnny, for that one. Let me find maybe one more. One more. Why not? Uno más. Nah, not that one. Let's see. How long is this? I think how long is this video? It's about 2 minutes. So that'll take us out for the day. But we may bring this one up again because this is something else. I definitely want to go out with this one. They meaning this psychotherapist has confirmed that Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. Here, I'll let him tell you. This is by Colin Rugg on X. Colin Rugg on X.
First of all, identify it for us. You're in a session and you pick up on what?
Well, Harris, it doesn't take long for me to pick up on this. People are obsessed with Trump. They're fixated. They're hyper fixated on Trump. And they talk about some of the features of this disorder. They can't sleep. They feel traumatized by Mr. Trump. They feel restless. I had one patient who said she couldn't enjoy a vacation because anytime she saw Trump in the news or on her device, she felt triggered. So this is a profound pathology, and I would even go so far as to call it the defining pathology of our time.
These people come to you for the things that you described. Can't sleep, traumatized, perhaps depression. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But at first, you are there to treat an illness, a disorder of some kind. And what you figure out is the trigger. Well, and Trump is the trigger for many of these people.
That's crazy.
And to be that fixated on a figure, on a person, it's simply not healthy. And our country has strayed so far away from where we once were. If you look at in the 80s when President Reagan was shot, people were united. He famously said, I hope you're all Republicans to the surgeons. And the response was, today, Mr. President, we're all Republicans. But our country has lost that. We've strayed so far from that unity.
And what do you see? Because you
Look
say,
at that
you told me off
Handmaid's
camera,
Tale.
3/4 of your patient load right now has what you're calling this TDS.
Well, 3/4 of my patients will present with a lot of these symptoms.
3/4. That's 75% of his patients are freaking retarded, crank far leftist liberals. We're going to talk about this one again. I'll let him finish, but we're going to bring this up again.
Symptoms, and within probably 5 minutes of seeing me,
So Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. TDS is a real thing. How are you that? You've never even been in the same room with this man alone. You can't even keep your own husband satisfied because you're a psychotic bitch. But somehow a dude you've never met who has never touched you has more of a profound effect on your psyche than your own husband, your own boyfriend. You're psycho. You're a psycho. You people are psychotic. You people are psychotic. But you know what? I'm not going to end the show with that. We're going to come back to that because that is absolutely freaking insane. Like they normally are. Let's see. We can't leave the show like that. We gotta have something that makes us smile, that makes us remember how awesome God is and how he sends us these beautiful gifts, right? Uh-oh. We gotta go out with this, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it for conclusion of Jellyroll Friday on 14 November 2025. Let's do it. Oh my God. That is so amazing. Thank you, Lord. What a little babies, the little babies. Oh my God, I love that one. I am so keeping that one. I love that. And that little baby and the husky, or I think that might have been a Mallee. That's a Malamute because we had a husky. I think that was a Malamute. Malamutes are bigger than huskies typically, but they're both sled dogs. That's amazing. That little baby was like, wait a minute, was I crying? Why was I crying? I need a howl. It's awesome. All right, you guys, it is late. So God bless you. I appreciate you rounding out this week. More to come next week. Let's see what happens. Spend some time with the Lord this weekend. We give we give everything else 5 days. Let's give the Lord at least 1 or 2. At least just look up and say, God, thank you. Thank you that I can say thank you. Even when things are horrible, I know I'm preaching to the choir here because I've done it. So God bless you. Pray for our president, pray for our country, and pray for each other, your families. And I sure, let me tell you something. I appreciate you guys being here. I am so humble. And my voice, I pray will be back Monday. Good grief. Because I am kind of tired of this, let me tell you. But I appreciate you. And I love you. I sure do appreciate you. I thank you. And when y'all DM me or when y'all say something, I try to always like interact and say something, even if it ain't nothing but a thumbs up, because honestly, I get a lot of responses, and that is God's holy favor. And I am so grateful to him for his favor. Luke 2:52 and Job 10:12. Read it. Read it and don't weep. God bless you. I appreciate you and thank you. Much obliged. Much obliged. See y'all later. Peace out.